Welcome back everyone, thank you for joining me. Today I would like to do a quick review and overlook of the YoloBox Pro, which we have here. Hopefully the camera will focus. Yep, there we go. For anyone who doesn't know what this is, it is a touchscreen switcher, encoder, recorder and monitor all in one with a 10,000 milliamp built-in battery, touchscreen, kind of do it all in one. Yeah, we're gonna go through this. I want to show some of the connections, inputs and outputs of this. So looking at the box from left to right, we have 3 HDMI ports, and then we have a USB 3.0 port, then an Ethernet port, an HDMI out, a Type-C, earphones, mic and line in, and then a USB-C type charging. Okay, looking at the bottom of the device here, we have a 1/4" mounting thread, and then an SD card slot and a SIM card slot, and then just the power button. So this YoloBox is so simple to use, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to run through most of the settings with you right now. So if we move over to this here, you get to see everything I can. We'll start on the right hand side here, and we've got the setting icon, and we'll go to the top here. And the first one we have here is the video source switching mode, which if we touch in here, it's basically the only 2 options is single click to switch or double click. I prefer the single click because it is a touchscreen, so I'm going to leave it on that. We also have the SD card video switching setting. We have continue playing when switching, resume first frame, and pause when switching, or pause when switching. SD card management. This is kind of pointless just now because I don't have recordings and it's very weak in the sense that you can't even format the card from this. So that's something that's a work in progress. So moving on. We have the program out toggle on and off. We have, let's see, video source transitions. Okay, so as you can see, when I'm changing these sources here, it's just a straight cut. So looking at this, you've got fade and you can change the duration of fade. So let's 3 seconds, right? There's a max, let's change it. Okay, terrible. But if we put it to the lowest setting here, 1/2 second, it's a wee bit nicer. Like that. But I'm just going to keep it uncut. We've got wipe here. Not a fan. I'm not a fan of any of these, to be fair. I'm just going to keep it uncut, but I'm just showing you so you can see what you actually get in the box to see if any of these are your preference. Directional wipe. That's actually not terrible. Let's see if it's slowed down a wee bit. Yeah, it's not terrible. Okay. Translation. Okay. Window slice. Oh, that's bad. Simple zoom. Oh God, no. Something wrong with me. Sorry, you had to witness that. Cross zoom. It looks like something from You've Been Framed or something. See if it does that. It just, yeah. Squeeze. That's like Terminator dying. Flip page. Do you know what? Slow that down a wee bit. What was that on? Ah, okay. On the back of the page, it shows you the previous video. Okay. Cube. Oh no, this is going to be. Oh no. Okay, back to cut. That was just terrible. Right, we'll leave it on that. And for the time being, what I'm going to do is I'm currently in the monitoring mode, but I'm going to move over to the actual live stream mode, and we'll do a real live stream right now for you guys, and I'm going to show you some of the other features that only activate when you're actually live streaming. So let's do that now. So when you turn the box on, this is how you're presented with the device, and you can tap this button here and you're given 2 options to create a live stream or the monitor mode here. But before you even get to that, this top icon here where it says my account, you have to sign in to which streaming service you're going to obviously go to. We have the Wi-Fi setting here where you can obviously go into your Wi-Fi settings, network settings, where, like I said a minute ago with the ports, we have the Ethernet setting, your mobile network for cellular and 4G LTE, Oh, that was something I forgot to say actually. You can hotspot and tether from your mobile phone as well. What else we got here? Network test, so let's do a quick test while we're here. Okay, let's see what kind of speeds we get. But the more important one, let's see what our upload is. Averaging about 30. That's actually pretty solid for upload. Not bad. Okay, so coming out of that, you have your email address, language, serial number, version for software, yeah, blah blah blah, recordings, and restore to factory. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come out and let's do a live stream right now. So you just click this plus button, click create a live stream, and we'll call this something really creative, demo. Okay, so click this icon here, and I'm already signed into my YouTube, and I haven't done Facebook or Twitch, and I haven't done an RTMP yet. You can, however, stream to multiple sources at one time. If I click this, no, I'm lying. If you go to settings, and we go to streaming mode, we have two options here. We have the direct single platform stream by default, which means exactly like it says. You basically only stream directly to one single platform. However, if you activate YoloLiv's multi-streaming service, it means that you can stream to 3 platforms at the one time. I'm not going to do that, but it also means that you're sending your information to YoloLiv's servers, then to the desired platform that you want to use. So it's not an issue, I'll activate it another time, but for the time being right now, I'm just going to stick to one. I'm hitting go live now. Start streaming, and we're live in the Big Brother house. So that should take a few moments to kind of register on my phone, but I'm going to show some of the features that you can only show while it's actually live streaming. So moving over from the settings here, where were we? We had the streaming mode, video output mode. Right, okay, so video output mode, like I said, we've got 3 HDMI ports. DP out, I'm guessing that's if it's going to be going to display out rather than a HDMI out. I'm guessing there's different protocols for doing that, so that does that. It just means if you're using like an older monitor and you're maybe struggling with the HDMI to switch it over. So this is part of one of the latest updates for the YoloBox here. And as you can see, we have the default and recommended, which is the, what's CBR? Constant bitrate, I can't remember. Where you can determine your bitrate, determine on how good your broadband is. Did I say determine like 3 times there? And as you can see along the top here, it's telling you the health of your stream. So it's showing you the bitrate, your frames per second, and it shows your percentage of dropped frames. We're currently at 0%, so that's quite handy. Shows you how long you've been live and how long you've been recording. I don't know if you can see this tiny recording here, but there's a simple wee flashing red light. Now, moving back over the settings, like I said, I do want to move on. So we have the recording limits here. And the video will be recorded in saves every 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, that you can see. Now, continuous, it says to prevent the loss of complete recordings due to an unexpected interruption, as in power supply dying or whatever, or since it is just an Android device, it could just freeze up. Since, how many times it froze up since?
Froze up. It was just a user error.
Okay, user error. I thought it had froze up, so in case you have a user error or it does actually freeze up on you, it says to try and avoid continuous, that way you won't lose your entire recording. You only lose like the last kind of 10 minutes. So I'm going to keep it on that.
When do you want me to postpone?
Moving over to the next segment here, this is actually the comments segment. And as you can see there, hi Digital Dave Tech, great video. And what I can do is I can pop that up on the screen like that. And the other thing is, let's see, you hit this settings icon up here. You can customize the layout of the comments here. So as you can see here, you can change the font of the text, the color, the username color, the background color, the comment font color, the transparency and scale. So I can move that down there, scale it down a bit since it's a bit on the big side. Push that right over and I'll hit done. I think it's actually in the same place, to be fair. Kitty's Life, well done in the video. Thanks, Kitty's Life. You can't see the comments if you go full screen yourself. Good job.
Good job. Really good job.
Moving along here to the next segment, we have, they call it the scoreboard.
You don't score until you score. Till you score. That's right, baby!
You can see where this could be beneficial for someone maybe shooting indoor sports or football or soccer, something like that. Time control, right, okay, no thanks. Or you can do it, right, so if you activate that and then you can get a countdown timer or timer control, reset time, period, let's see, what do we get here? Oh, first half.
Does it come up on your stream?
What doesn't?
Like what you're doing?
So I was just being told that as I was going through the device, the features weren't showing up on YouTube, so I'm going to give it a wee second to catch up and see if that, now that Program Out's activated, if that changes things or not. Let's go back over to the scoreboard while I try and figure it out while you're doing
I
that.
think it does, because it needs to be a HDMI out.
That's what I was thinking. That's fine, we can show it from this camera here. Yeah, I don't have a massive use for that, but I can see how that could be useful for someone, so let's turn that back off for a sec. We'll move over here to the next one, which is audio, and I'm going to turn this off. So as you can see here, hopefully my hand isn't blocking this too much. This is another new feature, so I know that you can have two audio sources running at the one time, and currently we have the audio coming from HDMI 1, which is the main camera here, and this is also, the program is also for monitoring. And if you had like a second, if you plugged in like an iPod or something like that, you could have like music playing underneath as you speak or something. Or you could keep it on AVV, which means audio follows video, which means the audio would come from the source that you're selecting to. But you can also do other things like picture-in-picture mode, split view, side by side. We'll just do picture-in-picture for a second. So let's just say, for example, I want to be the main screen. Hit next, and we will, let's use the iPad as a second screen. We'll hit next again. And we can change the aspect ratio. Since it's an iPad, we'll do it 1:1 here. And we can change it to whatever we like. So let's put it up there for the time being and hit done. So now we can select picture in picture, like that. And as you can see here, if I go over to the iPad, I can show that, which is pretty cool. I like that. Overlay, I'm going to put my logo on, and will I move my logo? I should move my logo, right? Go in here, and we'll push it over to this side. As you can see behind me here, I have a green screen, and I want to show how simple it is with this YoloBox to implement using the green screen. So to do that, you see this wee kind of icon character on the top right. It's like a wee kind of picture of a person. And if we tap that, see where it says key and switch, and we tap that, and you've got your colour in which it is you're trying to key. So you've got the green screen or blue, so if I hit blue, obviously it's going to be looking for blue to key out, but I'm using the green screen. So underneath the colour in what it is you're screen, that's because I was reading that, the colour in which it is that you're keying out, you have this slider called similarity, And basically all that does is it will detect if there's any spill, you know, if it doesn't do a great job, you pull it back and it'll do that. And if you go the other way and you go too much, you can turn into the Invisible Man. Something similar, I think that's like a kind of feathering effect where, you know, if you go too far one way or the other, if you see basically some green still on the outside around the outline of yourself, you can adjust that. Now I'm going to select background image here, and sure, why not? There we go. You can see how easy that was to change your room from an absolute pigsty to sitting next to Homer. I'm seeing a wee bit of banding on my t-shirt here. Can you see that on the live? I've got like a rainbow effect coming through. I don't know if it's, I think it's maybe part of the green screen. You see it? I'm going to correct that. Hang on a second. So what I'll do is turn that off. Done. And yeah, but it shouldn't be going through me like that. Let's see. So let's see. Is that better? Yeah, there we go. That's better, right? I mean, I think so. Let me check. Go full screen. Yeah, that's better. Done. There we go. So there you go. That was a perfect example of how simple and quick it is to do adjustments and on the fly. You know, if something doesn't quite look right or you miss something, that's how easy it is to fix. Now that we've keyed ourselves out and it shows in black, it doesn't need to be a picture that you overlay yourself onto. You can do video, or you can overlay yourself onto a second video source for the likes of a tutorial, which I'm going to show you just now. So if we hit add video source and we do a picture-in-picture, and let's say we're doing an iPad tutorial, so we'll select that as the main screen, and then we select yourself, we bring that over, we'll change the aspect ratio to 1:1, not 1, I'll leave it at 16:10, because that looked horrible. Come back out and we change the size of whatever it is you want to do. Let's say a bit, that looks decent. Hit done, and we'll change over to that now. And there you go. So I could be sitting here talking about something on the iPad here. There's nothing exciting on my iPad, sorry. But there's a demonstration on how you could be doing that. Yeah, so I'm going to come back out of that a second and we'll delete this. And what I want to show you is, this is pretty cool, this is something I like actually. So if I had picture-in-picture, I make this the main screen, the video which I loaded from the SD card, hit next, and then select the keyed version of myself, next, and there you can see I will make myself slightly bigger there. We hit that, and then we hit done, and we select that, and there you go. We have a picture-in-picture with a video playing in the background instead. Easy peasy. Pretty cool, right? So this could obviously be useful for not just streamers. This could be good for gamers as well. You know, this could be your Xbox or your PlayStation. I'm just trying to demonstrate to you guys, you know, some of the possibilities, what you can do with this, and right out of the box, I think this device is amazing. Like really, really good. I'm so impressed with this box. They need to come up with a better name. I don't like this YOLO Live. It's not even YOLO Live, it's YOLO Live. I don't like it. Anyway, this is just a short-term review, but I haven't had this device long enough to give you a long-term review, but I will update this with another video. Probably sooner if something goes wrong than if it goes well. That sounds very negative, doesn't it? Talking about this device, can you even see this? You can. Oh, look at those fingerprints, Keto. I want to go over some of the pros and cons of this device, some of the things I'd like to see YoloLive improve upon. First, the pros, because there's lots. I love that it's a solid device. It's chunky. There's no two ways about it. It kind of reminds me of 2005 Android tablets. That's kind of what I get from this, except much better build quality. It's got this nice kind of silicone frame around it. It feels nice. I think if you were to give it a wee bump here and there, it'd be fine. Can't say anything about a full-scale drop because it is a tablet with a lot inside, plus glass.
Glass is glass, and glass breaks.
It's on the front. Now the good thing is that with each YoloLive box that you purchase, they do actually supply a screen protector. That's really cool. I don't know how good the screen protector is because I'm not prepared to do a jerry-rig everything and sit and scratch it to see.
We see scratches at level 6 with deeper grooves at a level 7.
There's some scratches appearing at level 7 with deeper grooves appearing at level 8. So something like that. I'll show you later. Anyway, we'll probably cut that bit out because I was. Yeah, so it's good that they actually give you a screen protector in the packaging. Speaking of in the packaging, I'm going to show you what else you actually get in the box. So inside the box we have one user manual. We have, this is the sleeve for the screen protector. I don't know why I've kept it, but it's there. And inside the box here we have two USB-C cables, one for charging and the other so that you can connect the YoloBox into the PC. I'm going to touch more about that in a second though. We have a Allen wrench key. I'm not sure what that's for. Is it for, it's for tightening this? I'm not even going to attempt to take this out. There's a, can you try? Remember? Oh, I nearly ripped I almost ripped my nail off. Like, I nearly ripped my nail off. I nearly ripped my nail off. Say that 3 times fast. I nearly ripped my nail off trying to get this ball head out of the box. It's plastered in. Let me just show you. How about that? Cover my face. So, this thing, nope. This thing, yeah, I can't get it out. We also have a SIM card ejection tool, similar to what you get with your standard iPhone and Androids. It's amazing that with the YoloBox you get 2 USB-C cables. However, one of the downsides is, as awesome as the YoloLive team are for supplying updates regularly, one of the updates they haven't provided to the YoloLive Pro box yet, use your cameras as a USB webcam. That's something that the ATEM Mini and the Elgato Cam Link have been able to do. They said it is coming with a future firmware update, but for the time being, as of this recording, it's a feature that's not available yet. And I know a lot of people have been asking for it and for a while, so I don't know if they're having some issues actually implementing that. I love the ease of use from a user interface. I mean, we just ran through more or less all of the box and how to use it. Obviously there's going to be more to it and there's a lot more customization that you can go into, but I'm not going to go into it just now. One of the big things I love about this all-in-one solution box is the fact that you no longer need a laptop being an all-in-one box. Like, I currently have this, as you can see, it's now down to 30% battery. This is just the whole time of me blabbering on and on, just using the internal battery. It's a 10,000 milliamp hour battery. That's awesome. Obviously, it's saying it's rated for 3 hours, but it depends on brightness and how many things how many things that you're asking the device to do at one time. However, I do have the brightness up full. It is connecting to the Wi-Fi rather than Ethernet, so that's an extra drain. The Bluetooth is on. I have 3 devices plugged into it. I mean, we can obviously plug in more, but I haven't been light on this thing. So typically what would happen is you would start streaming and then you would plug a USB power source in at the same time. And what that does is it gives more like a trickle charge, so that I've been averaging something like maybe 6 or 7% for every 30 minutes of use. And to charge it back up, it takes about an hour. So, hope that's helpful. The audio mixer, as I said, is one of the newer updates, and I love the fact that you now have the ability to have 2 audio sources coming in at one time. If you were just using it as a monitor and recorder, and you could use one source for a talking head like this, and the second one could be music underneath. And one of the other pros is, like I said, this was user error, but I actually thought it had crashed on me twice, and it hasn't. It's not crashed once. Both times has been user error, so the overall stability of this tablet device has been amazing. It's been rock solid. Like I said, both times I thought something was wrong, and it was all me. Yeah, one of the other big pluses is the fact that there is a lack of an Android operating system presence just at all. YoloLive done an amazing job at completely cleaning the Android presence off this. As soon as you get to the keyboard and stuff, anyone who's obviously familiar with Android will know it is Android. But I'm going to keep it as a pro because running an Android device in the background means that there's the possibility of not only updates from YoloLive themselves, but the fact that you can actually sideload apps. And what I'll do is I'm going to link a video to Aaron Parecki. I'm going to link another YouTuber who has successfully installed an app onto this device to allow Speedify. Anyone who doesn't know what Speedify is, it basically does network bonding, which allows more than one network connection to be running at the same time, which means for quicker and more secure network connections. Like all things, nothing is without its cons, and this has a few, maybe not, I'm nitpicking a wee bit here. It's not necessarily cons, but it's definitely things that I would like to see changed, updated. We do have 2 USB-Cs cables. One's for charging purely, and the other one is for connecting like a webcam or something. I don't know who uses a webcam in 2022, but apparently there still is some people. We have a full-sized USB-A 3.0 on the top of this device, and again it's for webcam. We can use keyboard and mouse. Now the keyboard's a bit useful because, you know, reaching forward to type things, especially if you were using maybe the school leaderboards or things like that. You know, if you were going to use this to type on frequently, I would definitely recommend plugging in a keyboard. The mouse, as much as it works, it's limited and is I mean, it works, but it's a bit pointless. Yeah. Oh, one of the other gripes I have with the USB is, even though we can record on the SD card, that's great, but it'd be good to be able to have a backup recording where you could plug a USB drive in there and record to that as well, but that's not something you can do. It doesn't even recognize it as secondary storage, so I don't know if that's something they can address in the future, or if that's just a hardware limitation. I don't know. Again, watch this space. One of the limitations with this box is the picture-in-picture. The fact that you can only use one picture-in-picture at a time before you have to change to one of the other overlay styles. Now there only is 3 overlay styles. It'd be good to see if you could do a picture-in-picture at least 3 times, since you have 3 HDMI ports. That way, if you were maybe doing some type of interview style, you could have each person see each person. One of the other negatives about this box is the fact that there is no remote access. With the A10 Mini, people are maybe used to using, you know, Companion or Stream Deck, and, you know, like all these other kind of softwares and things like that. You know, your OBS, etc., etc. And it means that, for example, if you had your setup in another room or up in a balcony, or, you know, it would be good if you could even just mirror the screen. Hopefully from after watching this video. It's helped you, anyone who's maybe sitting on the fence about getting this or not, and I can tell you just now that this device is amazing. Like, it really is. I'm looking forward to using it more and more. Guys, if this video was helpful in any way, please give it a like. If you have any questions, leave a comment below, and I would appreciate it if you shared this video or subscribed, as I am now trying to actually get my YouTube channel off the ground, and I'm currently at the beginning. So yeah, any help's appreciated. Until next time, guys, I appreciate you tuning in, and if you've stayed this long, I absolutely salute you. That has been a long one, but thank you. Until next time, take care, bye bye.